When Ethan Reynolds, a cold-hearted millionaire known for his discipline and sharp business instincts, walked into his mansion that morning, he never expected his entire world to change in seconds. His maid, Clara, had been working for him for almost 5 years, quiet, polite, and never crossing the line between employer and servant. But that day, she wasn't alone. A little girl, around 5 years old, with curly chestnut hair and bright hazel eyes, was sitting on the marble floor, playing with a doll. Ethan froze. The child's smile, her dimples, even the way she tilted her head, it was as if he was looking into a mirror of his own past. His chest tightened. "Who is she?" he asked in his deep voice, trying to sound calm, but something inside him trembled. Clara looked terrified. "She's my daughter, Mr. Reynolds," she said softly, clutching her hands together. Ethan frowned. "Your daughter?" His eyes shifted back to the little girl who now looked up at him with pure innocence. "Hi, Daddy," she chirped, her voice echoing through the hall like a thunderclap. Time stopped. Clara's face went pale. Ethan's world spun as his heart pounded in confusion. "What did she just call me?" he demanded. Clara's lips quivered, tears already filling her eyes. "Please, sir, she doesn't know what she's saying," but Ethan wasn't convinced. The resemblance was undeniable, every facial feature screamed his own blood. For the first time in years, the man who controlled everything felt completely powerless. He turned and stormed into his study, slamming the door behind him. But that little voice, Daddy, kept echoing in his mind. Later that night, unable to rest, Ethan checked Clara's file. She had joined him 6 years ago, right after he ended a brief but intense relationship with a woman he'd loved but couldn't keep due to social pressure. His heart sank. Could it be? Could Clara have been that woman? Memories flooded back, her gentle smile, her quiet strength, the night they shared when emotions overpowered boundaries. He'd walked away, choosing pride over love. Now, years later, that same love might have returned in the form of an innocent child. The next morning, he called Clara to his office. "Tell me the truth," he said quietly. "Is she my daughter?" Clara's tears finally fell. "Yes, sir," she whispered. "I didn't want to ruin your life. You had your empire, your reputation. I didn't want to be the reason people questioned your name. So I raised her alone." Ethan was speechless. The woman he thought was just a maid had carried a secret that shattered his heart. He looked out the window, the weight of guilt pressing on his chest. "You should have told me," he murmured. "She deserves to know her father." Clara wiped her tears. "She's happy, sir. She doesn't need a millionaire, she needs love." Those words pierced him deeper than any insult ever could. Later that day, Ethan found the little girl again, drawing on the garden bench. She looked up and smiled brightly. "Daddy. Do you like my picture?" she asked innocently. Ethan kneeled beside her, tears in his eyes. "Yes," he said softly, "I love it, and I love you." The child giggled, wrapping her tiny arms around his neck. For the first time, Ethan felt something no amount of money could ever buy, peace. From that day, the mansion wasn't just a place of wealth, but a home filled with laughter, drawings, and bedtime stories. Ethan gave Clara a better life, not out of guilt but love, love that had once been hidden but now shone brighter than ever. He realized that being a millionaire meant nothing if your heart was empty. Every evening, as the sun set behind the tall mansion windows, the same little voice would echo through the halls, "I love you, Daddy," and Ethan would smile, knowing that this was his greatest fortune.